to do is do some introductions first. So not in any particular order, but just on the list on my right-hand side, I'll start with Adrian. Adrian, could you give a background and we'll go through it, please?
Bear with me, 2 secs. Struggling to turn the camera on. I'm Adrian. I'm a Darlaston resident and business owner.
Adrian. Amma?
Good morning. My name's Amma Yacoub. I'm a group managing director of a real estate business in Darlaston. I'm also a Darlaston resident.
Thank you. Aradhana?
Hi, I'm Aradhana Memi. I serve as the chair of the Youth Advisory Group and also co-lead the Community and Residents Advisory Group with Joyce. Professionally, I'm an admissions manager at Aston University and a coach and mentor.
Sadia?
Morning, everyone. I am Office Manager for Pat McFadden MP, and I'm here on his behalf.
Okay. Imran?
Hi there, my name is Imran Sacha. I'm also the chair for the Interfaith Group and also a resident of Darlaston, and I work as the IT Release Manager for Europe.
Thank you very much. Jazz?
Hiya, I'm Jazz. I'm the replacement of Alex from MHCLG, and I have been involved with Darlaston previously, so I'm aware of the area. You can tell from the accent. I'm from the Black Country. So I'm looking forward to kind of spending more time in Darlaston and being around more. I'm not here as a board member, by the way. I'm just here as a helper. If you have any questions.
Thank you for your help, Jazz. Appreciate it. Joyce?
I'm Joyce Gibson, resident. I currently work as a support worker at Darlaston Town Hall. I've lived in Darlaston for 32 years, and I think we need to make it a better place.
Thank you, Joyce. Nicola?
Hi everyone, so thank you for having me. I'm here today to represent Connie Jennings of WHG. I think she sent some apologies. I'm going to be formally deputising for her going forward. Just to introduce myself, I look after resilient communities at WHG. I've worked in community engagement for a long time, and I've been a Darlaston resident for 45 years up until October last year, so I know the area very well.
Welcome on board, Nicola. Roland?
Hello, my name's Roland Roberts. I have a business in Darlaston, and I chair the Chair and Governance Group, and I also chair the Communications and Engagement Group.
Thank you. Sabor?
Hi everyone, I'm Sabor Arif, Programme Management Officer at Walsall Council, supporting the board. I am not a board member.
Hello everybody, I'm Surinder Kaur, Business Support at Walsall Council. I'm also just supporting and not a part of the board.
Thank you very much, Surinder. Can we do apologies first? So can we have a list of people that have put their apologies in, please?
Yeah, sure. Jas Hughes, Kevin Davis, Anand Ritchie, Connie Jennings, Peter Poulton, and Councillor Peter Burton. And yeah, those are all the apologies I have received. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Declarations of interest. I assume everyone's declarations are in. We'll talk about the agenda and if there's any declarations anyone would like to make on the agenda items today. So is everyone's declarations of interest in now, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you. On the agenda items for today, for the public meeting, are there any declarations anyone would like to make on the agenda items that are on for today? Thank you. So, Surinder, can we go through the minutes and actions that are outstanding between you and Sabor, please?
Yeah, sure. I'll just share my screen. The minutes for the public section that took place on 11th of June. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay. This is page 1. And these two actions, the form was sent to Adrian, and Adrian has completed and returned the form for that action. So those are completed. So that's page 1. On to page 2. And on to page 3. and that's it.
Thank you very much, Rinda. So all matters that are arising have been closed for the public part of our meeting. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I've read those minutes. I will take them as a true reflection of our meeting last time. Can somebody just second them by a show of a hand? Thank you very much, Roland. Thank you, Joyce. Okay, so we can move forward. So we'll go through the functionary advisory board. So Jazz, we've got subgroups. I'm sure you're aware of them. And what we're looking to do is bring all those voices to the table through those subworks that are being done by all the groups. So I'm going to start with a community and resident group, which Joyce leads with deputying with the resident. So can I hand over to Joyce just to give a verbal report?
Yes, sure, thanks. As I said, Joyce Gibson, lead of community and resident group. Since our last meeting, we're progressing well with plans to engage widely, responding to feedback, working alongside the community, residents, and delivering lasting benefits, I believe, for Darlaston. Moving forward, members will be visiting several sites across Darlaston over the coming months, and our first visit to anywhere will be attending Darlaston Fest on the 18th of July. Several of our board members will be there, along with advisory group members as well. We'll be at St Lawrence's, our site is there, and we'll be there between 12 and 4 p.m. Please come and see us, we don't bite. I think Aradna has other things to say, if you'd like to jump in, Aradna.
Yeah, so this is part of our kind of engagement we're trying to do as a run-up to the launch of the grant application, which is the actual event, really, which is sometime in September. So we're trying to plan this alongside with Roland so that the engagement part is in line with the grant application part as well. So we're not only, the first event is the 18th of July, the Darlaston Festival. So we want to get out in front of the wider public. The main objective around it is to introduce the resident plan, which is the result of the survey that took place in December. So it's kind of, this is what's come out of the feedback that's come from Darlaston. Alongside that, it's also to continue recruiting people onto our advisory groups, and also to register people's initial interest in terms of submitting ideas, so that we can keep people warm up to the run up to September, so that there isn't a kind of gap between now and September, or even potentially early October. So that's the first event, and then we're planning a kind of roadshow, doing the same concept but going out to different locations. We're taking on board Connie's feedback from last time, which is to get out towards where people, especially vulnerable or inclusive spaces, where I think the idea was of a kindness shop or going to a food bank. So where people are going for their general kind of needs, we are there present as to talk to them about the ideas and things. So we're just identifying those places. So we'll be picking on Nicola Waite's brains later on that matter. So we'll be also going to have popular sites like the library, Modality Health Centre. We're going to try and get into the Moxley People Centre, probably get across into Asda. Joyce probably at a couple of the churches, and again at the Guru Ravidas Temple, and Imran will try and pick up with yourself as well with the local mosques, so places of faith. So we just want to keep an engagement process going on, particularly around the kind of resident plan, as a lead up to people being able to then start submitting for ideas in September, October. That's the major part of what we're doing in community and residents. But we also came across something in Walsall that they're doing with, I think it's called the Communities and Towns Nature Group. Sabor has thankfully put us in contact with the lead, and we're meeting them this week. We want to try and see what kind of shared knowledge we can take from them, examples of the kind of work that they're doing around their parks and health and well-being, and how we can bring some of that over to Darlaston. Apart from that, I guess I could launch into youth now, Manjit.
Surely can. And just before you do that, the voluntary group, because Ronnie's not able to bring that to the meeting next time. Over to you, Radhana, for youth, please.
Okay, thank you. In terms of youth advisory group, I do appreciate Jazz and Nicola. I wasn't aware that we're going to have two new people today, so I'm just going to touch on a framework that I have mentioned previously in board. So I've kind of tried to approach how do we approach the vast world of youth. So we've tried to put a framework together in which we've divided the age groups across in terms of life stages from primary age to young adulthood. And then across that, we've tried to put inclusion lenses of NEET, disengaged young people, SEND, additional needs, vulnerable. And then what we're planning to do is that framework then helps us dig deeper on the themes that have come out from the survey from their perspective so that we can feed into outcome areas. So, obviously green areas, for an example, has come out from the survey, but what do you think about that? How did they want to use their green spaces? So kindly, Hannah, who is also one of our board members, she's from Grace Academy. I'm also going to be meeting her after this board meeting. She has a student leadership team at Grace Academy. It's something we want to kind of recreate and tap into. We want to, rather than do kind of talk shop of we turn up and just kind of talk to them and take away feedback, we want to kind of empower them to take a lead on their own town. So I'm looking at how we can bring in a unit on civic duty into a student leadership team at the Grace Academy, which is something we're going to discuss today. I did meet year 8 and 9 students last time, and they're very positive. They want to get involved. So we are going to develop a small toolkit of how they can go and engage with their friends and family in the school and collect that data. And we're also going to empower them to present that to us so that it's not just them handing it over. And that work that they'll be doing, we want to kind of give them some recognition for that so that they're almost like friends or like our kind of mini board members and stuff. So that's still in formulation. I also have 2 members as part of my advisory group who are from the teaching community, which I'm looking really forward to working with. So, but we are looking for more advisory members, particularly from kind of the NEET route and from SEND is kind of covered, but particularly from vulnerable young people, so that we can bring some of that. I think in these areas, they have their own language and they have their own mechanisms. And although I work at a university, I'm on the other side of the scale when it comes to life stages. So we want to tap into other people's expertise there. So if anybody's got any contacts that they would like to put into touch with me, that would be great. Apart from that, we're looking to kind of pretty much launch that student leadership aspect in September, October time. Joyce is also going to be helping me because there is a crossover between community and residents. We see the potential between the advisory groups having that kind of symbiosis because there's going to be a lot of parents likely to be joining CNR, and their concerns are going to be around youth facilities. So as Joyce has already got some established contacts with 2 primary schools, she's going to help me kind of meet the head teachers there, and we're going to work a way to kind of work together on that. That's around about it, unless someone has any questions.
Thank you for that, Joyce and Aradhana. Any questions for our colleagues?
Hiya, Nicola.
Yeah, I think that's really comprehensive. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing is a programme of engagement through Darlaston. So I think Connie's already mentioned that we need to touch base to make sure that we're not duplicating, because obviously I've identified key places to engage. So if we could take that offline, that would be great.
Yes, definitely. I'll arrange a meeting with yourself.
Thank you, Nicola. Aidan?
Yeah, Radna, if you give me a call after the meeting, I know we speak every day, but if you give me a call after the meeting and tell me exactly what you're looking for with the engagement for SEN, because I have literally got a catalogue of children with different SEN needs that will probably talk your head off for an hour and give you plenty of advice if you want to hear, okay?
I definitely think that would be great as a pilot, you know, so that I can kind of see what's kind of topics that are coming up, and it'll help me kind of frame things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Can I bring in Business Enterprise and Innovation, Emma, please?
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Darlaston. My name's Amma Yaqub. I'm a Group Managing Director of a real estate business based here in Darlaston, and I'm also Protocol Darlaston My Home. Alongside serving as a main board member for the Plan for Neighbourhood Fund, I will also have the privilege of chairing the Business Enterprise and Innovation Advisory Group. Our role is to help shape initiatives that strengthen the local economy, support businesses, encourage entrepreneurship, and create opportunity for residents. I'd like to take this opportunity really to provide a quick update more so on the work that the group's been doing and the progress we're sort of making together. Now, our group specifically brings together local knowledge, business experience, strategic thinking, to help identify opportunities that will strengthen Darlaston's economy, encourage enterprise, support local businesses, and create opportunity more so for residents. Over the recent months, the group has focused on identifying priorities that will support sustainable economic growth within Darlaston, exploring opportunities to encourage business investment and enterprise. We're also considering projects that can improve skills, employability, and innovation. Working alongside the main board, more so to ensure proposed investment aligns with the wider vision and objectives of the Plan for the Neighbourhood Fund. Our discussions have highlighted several key themes, more so, including supporting existing businesses to grow, become more resilient, encouraging new business startups and entrepreneurship, improving links between education, skill providers, employers, and also local communities. We're also enhancing Darlaston attractiveness as a place to invest, work, and do business. We're also promoting innovation and collaboration across the local economy. The advisory group is currently refining project proposals and assessing the opportunities that can deliver long-term benefits for the community. Now, as these proposals develop, they will be considered by the main board before progressing through the appropriate approval processes for the fund. We do remain committed to ensuring that the investment delivers meaningful outcomes, represents a value for money, especially keeping the pound in Darlaston, and reflects the priorities identified through local engagement. I'd like to thank all advisory group members for their continued commitment, expertise, and constructive contributions. Their knowledge, of course, and collaborative approach are in helping shape a programme of work that has potential to make a lasting positive impact on Darlaston and its residents. Thank you for your time and for hearing this update. I look forward to sharing further progress as our work continues and together helping building a stronger, more prosperous future for Darlaston. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Any questions for Emma? Thank you. Imran, can I bring Interfaith in, and then Roland on comms? Can you just sort of talk about how the comms is playing through? Adrian, you got your hand up?
Yeah, just a quick question. Is it possible for me to attend one of these business and innovation meetings just so I can unpack some of the language that Amir's just used and get an understanding of where we're investing or where we're planning or what the ideas are? Because obviously I'm a business owner. My wife owns a business. I'll be interested in where that direction goes.
Yeah, absolutely, Adrian. I'll reach out to you.
Cheers.
Okay, Imran?
Hi there. Yeah, sorry. I haven't got much of an update, but I'll try my best. So engagement with local faith communities has been progressing positively. We have had some productive discussions. We had the Hindu Sri Samaj Mandal temple and the Ravidas community as well. So we've reached out to a few of the community representatives from those places of worship, as well as we've had an EOI come through from St. Lawrence Church as well. I've met in person with through Father Craig Fullard at St. Joseph's Church as well as All Saints Church as well. So I'm just waiting for some of those EOIs to come through. And hopefully in the next coming weeks, we'll be able to hopefully have a meeting together with some of these key community groups together at one of the places of worship. It is slightly a struggle with some of those places of worship because a lot of people attending are from out of area. So we are struggling slightly, but we are making positive steps to ensure that we meet the needs of the board by having Darlaston residents. So it's ongoing, and hopefully by the next meeting we'll have further updates and more members joined by then.
Thank you for that update, Imran. Thank you very much. Roland, can we just have an update on communication and how we're engaging with and how this is all connecting up, please?
Yes, no problem at all. So communications and engagement group has been focused really on making sure that we work out as we move from where we've been to a delivery phase, how we explain ourselves more clearly, how we're going to build the confidence in what we're doing, and how we support that move from planning into delivery. The last couple of months has been quiet as we've waited for approval of the plan and have had some more clarity on when the funds will arrive and how much we'll receive. And the key part of the work has been around improving the way the board communicates what the Darlaston plan is, what the 20 million is intended to support, and how it comes in, so that people understand, you know, the flow of the fund into us, who's on the board, what role Walsall Council plays as a accountable body, and how local people can continue to be involved. There's still some confusion locally about the difference between the board, the council, and the wider Pride in Place programme. So clear, regular and plain English communications going forward from now will remain essential. We've also been looking at the website, and thanks to Imran for his help with that, on public information, the aim to try and make the website accurate, accessible, useful with key documents. And as we move to the delivery phase, all the delivery documents will be on the website for people to be able to see, together with the policies and the procedures, etc. Board membership minutes, declarations, policies, frequently asked questions, and engagement opportunities will all be easy to find on the website. It's not just a communications issue, it's also about public trust. Other important areas have been the need for a consistent rhythm of communication moving forward, because we've had this couple of months hiatus. The board should not disappear between meetings or only communicate when there's a major event. We need regular updates, short newsletters, social media activity, public-facing summaries, etc. What we've been agreeing, what comes next, even small updates matter, because they show that work is continuing and the plan is active. The group will also consider the next phase of engagement. The proposed board paper will be titled Darlaston Plan, Next Stage Engagement and Project Development, and we'll deliver that to the next meeting. That will be the what's next for Darlaston, turning local priorities into practical projects. And this is intended to move the board beyond a simple survey model into a deeper, more practical engagement on a longer term basis with residents and those that work here. Next phase will be, there'll be some drop-ins, as you've heard from Aradna, targeted conversations, working with young people, faith groups, voluntary organisations, businesses and residents, and clearer routes for local ideas to be logged, tested and developed. The point is not simply to ask people what they think, but to help to turn those big picture priorities into practical project ideas that have an effect in the local area and make improvements for our area, Darlaston. This links closely to the proposed grant and project development work, which we'll be talking about at the next meeting. Comms will need to explain any small grant or Spark style funding clearly, who can apply, what the funding's for, and what support is available. And we're going to have to put that support in place to help people to turn their ideas into projects. And if they can't do them themselves, to identify local partners who can deliver and who have the governance and the ability to be able to deliver those ideas for those people. We've also discussed the importance of using simple public language. Documents will need to be technically accurate for governance purposes, but public-facing materials should be short, direct, and easy to understand. So the next steps are to continue improving the website, agree the next stage engagement materials, develop a communications timetable, and support the launch of the public engagement process under what's next for Darlaston if it's agreed by the board at the next meeting. So lots to do, but we've made a good start.
Thank you for that update, Roland. Any questions for Roland? Thank you very much. Surinder, there isn't any other business, so can we stop the recording?
Yes, sure. I've stopped the recording.